see guy, you know, in the club and he's trying to, you know, flash money to get my attention. And I'm looking, okay. And then this man Sauce came up to me and was rapping. So I had a couple of rhymes. Remember, I'm albums in now. You know, these are guys that ain't had a deal. So when I ain't have a deal, I had a suitcase of rhymes. Now I'm albums in. So I said some rhymes. I said a couple of rhymes. Then I said a little bit of a song, Ain't No Stopping This, a little bit. Then Jay came up rap. I was out of rhymes, B. In no scenario was I like fully loaded and ready to rhyme.
Recent leaks, the footage allegedly shared by LL Cool J, have reignited debates surrounding the exploitation and mistreatment of up-and-coming rappers by established figures in the industry, with Jay-Z often being named in these discussions.
Have like a community like that. The difference between our community and other communities is that we don't put our minds together.
We don't have unity.
No, but that's what I'm saying. But if you don't put our minds together, the money not gonna work, the style not gonna work, none of that's gonna work. We gotta put our minds together. So if we sit here and be like, you know what? We ain't saying the N-word. If we put our minds together and be like, we ain't saying the N-word, and there ain't nobody else gonna use it, and we put our minds together and move that and stand on that, then it'll be something. You know what I mean? But it's like with us, it's like,
Hollywood has a long history of allegations involving the exploitation of young talent, and the hip-hop industry is no exception. The case of Jay-Z, among others, highlights the power dynamics at play, where young artists may find themselves forced into compromising situations under the guise of mentorship or career advancement.
We didn't shame Jay-Z when Foxy Brown came out and said, man, Jay-Z was fucking me when I was 16 years old with that horse shit. Foxy Brown said that. Did nobody shame Dame Dash when he got with Aaliyah right after R. Kelly? Man, we can go on and on.
One of the most shocking allegations involves Foxy Brown, who reportedly suffered mistreatment by Jay-Z when she was just 16 years old. Foxy Brown's early rise to fame was, at least publicly, supported by Jay-Z, who played a significant role in her career. However, behind the scenes, it is alleged that she was subjected to inappropriate advances and exploitation.
Your community out. What the fuck's the point of even wanting 200? A nigga could live good for 20 million for the rest of his life.
Because what they
and then
did,
have generational wealth of 30, 40 million. $200 million, if you're not gonna put a dime of that shit in your community, what the fuck's the point?
Because that's what they did. Because what they did with us was they made us feel like power comes from doing. You know what I'm saying? And that's where the brainwash was. Power comes from doing, but power doesn't come from doing. It's not about what you can do, it's about what you could get done. Because when you if your limbs can't move, if I can't move, then I can't do nothing if that's my power. My power is if you could get something done.
The notion that she was paid to keep her silence adds another layer to the allegations, suggesting that powerful individuals in the industry may have been complicit in covering up these transgressions.
According to the blind items, Foxy Brown has allegedly been paid an annual lump sum to keep her mouth shut about things that she knows about Jay-Z. But according to this new blind item, she might have to go under oath in the Tupac trial, and will Jay-Z let that happen? The rumors are this former rapper, who now makes her money via an annual payment from a permanent A-list rapper for keeping her mouth shut, is actually going to have to open said mouth under oath. Will the permanent A-list rapper allow this to happen? And again, this allegedly Foxy Brown and Jay-Z.
The fact that such incidents could occur and potentially continue to occur speaks volumes about the toxic environment within the music industry, where young talent is at risk of being preyed upon.
Foxy Brown got booed. Y'all saw that shit? Candy, y'all shouldn't have set Foxy up like that, man. Y'all should have brought Case out or something, you know what I'm saying? Case could have probably got the crowd on her side or something and said, you know, came in and said, you're the only one for me. You know what I'm saying? Case could have came out and, you know, probably saved it. Jay-Z, where you was at? You could have saved Foxy, man. Foxy, you was alright till you put that mask on, Foxy. You went from Foxy to Roxy. You went from Foxy to Pop Rocks. Was you smoking rocks before you put the mask on? Like, what really, Foxy, come on, we got to get together, baby, come on.
In more more recent years, Foxy Brown has spoken out about her experiences, describing them as both scary and crazy. Her reflections offer a chilling insight into the world of hip-hop, where the lines between mentorship and exploitation are often blurred.
Period. Jay and I come from nothing together. My cousin Clark Kent, we're gonna be all the way real. Everybody must say this, but Clark Kent is the reason why we are all on, and that is my blood cousin. So there's no one ever, we've never heard anything like that. Have you ever heard Foxy dissing Jay-Z or Jay-Z dissing Foxy? Ever? So we're gonna wait 15 years later and just come out the blue and start calling people. I'm gonna say that I have whatever like that. It was horrible. Yeah. Jamie Foxx's name was brought in. I didn't even know Jamie Foxx. Like, I mean, just horrible things was said. I can sit back and say, and I'm a blogger, and I can say, well, Puffy just said that he, and people believe it. It's scary. It's crazy.
Jaguar writers have always informed us about these allegations. These allegations, which range from predatory behavior to outright mistreatment, paint a disturbing picture of an industry that is seemingly rife with power imbalances and dark secrets.
You stand on red carpets with and you sell an image of lies. Then you influence the public and ask the public to covet and want your life. Who wants that? Who jealous of that? Bunch of whack too afraid to find a real man and real love. So you marry a get for a Birkin bag and then turn your head while he's a bunch of kids.
There are growing comparisons between Jay-Z and Diddy, particularly in terms of their alleged obsession with young girls and their use of power to exploit them.
A lot of people think Jay-Z's the next one to go down, and some are saying, well, how's that link? Well, Jay-Z obviously had a lot of issues and a lot of these guys go after the young girls. Everyone seemed to want Aaliyah. After R. Kelly had Aaliyah and all that stuff, Jay-Z wanted when Dame Dash was dating her. Well, Dame Dash and him were partners in Rockefeller Records. So Jay-Z wanted a young protege to kind of have an empire with, but these girls are very young. And then obviously Foxy Brown, they said Jay-Z met her when she was 15 or 16. Some even said 14. It's hard to get exacts. But he said he never dated her. There's a lot of things that are being said. And you look at these other situations Jay-Z has. Who was his best friend? R. Kelly.
Both men have been accused of similar behaviors, leading to speculation that they may be more alike than their public personas suggest.
He was once a former gangster who was on American Gangster BET because they had him down for robbing 161 banks. That's what they put in their program and everything. But Chaz was a gangster in New York City that became a music executive. So he gets a phone call saying that Jay is not gonna come out the room because Tupac threatened him. So he's not gonna do his show.
These allegations would reveal a shocking level of complicity and collusion between two of the most powerful figures in hip-hop.
What many people don't know is that Wendy Williams allegedly had a tape of Diddy and Jay-Z partaking in adult activities with a third, very young-looking person. She leaked a screenshot of this freak-off tape back in the 90s on her radio station and told viewers to check out her website to see it for themselves. She only leaked one frame of the footage since the actual tape itself was so bad it was almost criminal to possess and more than likely illegal to share, because it was impossible to tell if the two people in the tape were the rappers since their faces were covered. Unfortunately for Wendy, the news reports at the time echoed the authorities' sentiments as they couldn't verify the people in this video either. But Wendy was convinced and doubled down outing Diddy as gay and into young boys before anyone else did, and all of this hit the fan years later this year.
Such a partnership would also suggest that the issue of exploitation in the industry is not just about individual bad actors, but about a network of powerful individuals working together to maintain their control and influence.
50 Cent is saying Jay-Z is going to be exposed next after Diddy. So Jay-Z had a close relationship with Diddy throughout his career, and 50 Cent pointed out that Jay seems to be missing after all the raids rained down on Diddy. Jay-Z was allegedly named on Epstein's client list. Epstein is a prolific child predator who would serve up underage girls to the elites. Epstein would fly out his clients and the girls to a private remote island in the Caribbean where they could get away with it and the girls couldn't escape because they were surrounded by sharks. The same stuff went down with Diddy, and we haven't seen the footage until now. And the similarities to Epstein are startling. It's in a remote part of the Caribbean and it has a landing strip. After Diddy's private jet landed in the Caribbean, it suspiciously went off the radar. So users are suspecting Jay's private island is where Diddy disappeared to, or at least hiding evidence. And they are also suspecting that this is where the hip-hop Predator ring occurred.
This adds another layer of complexity to the issues of mistreatment and exploitation within the industry, revealing a culture where power is used not just to advance careers, but also to fulfill personal desires in unethical ways.
When you look at in the entertainment business,
yeah, they're around.
They're around.
And
would you really be surprised that there would already be an established rapper who's in the closet, considering how many people there are in entertainment?
Oh no, I think that there are several rappers that are in the closet, and see, those are the type of people that the only type of people I have a problem with. I don't have a problem with gay people. Gay people are, Beyonce should have said, "Who run the world?"
Another disturbing claim involves the suggestion that Jay-Z may have trafficked Rihanna when she was young. Rihanna, who was discovered and mentored by Jay-Z, has since become one of the biggest stars in the world.
Jaguar Wright also explained that Rihanna was trafficked by Jay as well. Rihanna was discovered by a producer named Evan Rogers in her hometown in Barbados. Next thing you know, Rihanna, 14, was whisked away to meet Jay, where they spent time alone in a New York studio. And the rest is history. Rihanna's father apparently gave Jay $500,000 for Rihanna afterwards. And later there were rumors that Jay and Rihanna were dating, similar to how Jay dated Foxy Brown when she was 15 as well. Rihanna apparently has a that owns her till this day.
Dame Dash, a former close friend and business partner of Jay-Z, has also spoken out against him. Dash has accused Jay-Z of various unethical behaviors, further adding to the list of accusations against the rapper. Dash's comments are particularly noteworthy because of his close relationship with Jay-Z, which suggests that he may have insider knowledge of the rapper's actions.
Certain things that just because I know better, I do different. But who cares, man? I was like a kid.
What are those things? If you were giving me advice,
I wouldn't have been so generous with Jake. It was more friendship for me and money for him. And I always felt that, but I ignored it a little.
And you regret ignoring that?
I don't regret it. I wouldn't have. The things that I wouldn't have let certain things happen because I didn't think they could happen. You know what I'm saying? Like, he would never do that. But he did things that I thought he would never do.
The late R&B singer Aaliyah has also been linked to Jay-Z, R. Kelly, and Dame Dash, with allegations that these men may have exploited her during her career. Aaliyah's tragic incident at a young age has left many questions unanswered, but the idea that she may have been mistreated by some of the biggest names in the industry is deeply troubling.
She just was just leave it alone. She just wanted it left alone. So that's the thing that people would be like when Jay was doing videos with him, I was be in the video, but I'd be like, yo, what do you want me to do? And she'd be like, don't start nothing, just don't be in no shots with him. So I would never, you show me a picture of me in a picture with him and shit. Mm-hmm. And then when he did the record with Jay, that's why I was that was almost like one of the things where I was just like, he's out of here, Jay. I just let it go because I couldn't believe he did a project with her, with R. Kelly, knowing that he had raped my girl. And then he died. And then like a year later, and him and Biggs didn't speak for like a year. Nobody knew. It was really him and Biggs that had the problem. I mean,
Jay and Biggs?
Yeah, and it's so funny because Biggs is up under him now. But it was really Jay and Biggs that had the problem. Like, they had the beef. You know what I mean? Like I was always just like, let's just be friends. Like I just want to be brothers. You know, that's all I wanted, was just to be cool.
His revelations have fueled speculation about the extent of Jay-Z's involvement in the darker aspects of the industry and have raised questions about how much others in Jay-Z's inner circle may have known.
How many betrayals we talked about with Jay? This ain't the first one, but this the first one we talking about because the only one affected us. So for me, I'm like, big deal. He fucks everybody over. Jermaine Dupri's stupid for listening to him. That's what I think. We all know Jay. So once he did what he did, how he did Rockefeller, why do you think he'd do anything else? That's Jay. Those principles don't mean anything. Jay runs with the bag, period. That's it. All right, cool. So if you fuck with that man, that's on you. I'm not gonna be a wet wounded duck and be like, oh, this nigga, you know, he played Rockefeller, he played Biggs, he played everybody. We all know what Jay did and how he did it. You know, there is no more Rockefeller. Rockefeller was rolling. Is there a Rockefeller now?
No.
Who benefited from this?
Him.
So he went that way, the way where, you know, he does things this way, and all his friends end up working for him, and I go this way where the people I love end up being my partners. But what I am mad about is I haven't seen a reasonable doubt royalty in like 10 fucking years. I can say that. And I want to know where my money is.
One of the most depressing aspects of these allegations is the belief that speaking out will not lead to any meaningful change. The fear of retaliation, coupled with the knowledge that powerful figures can easily silence or discredit victims, has led many to remain silent.
Jay-Z or Beyonce, whoever could come off tomorrow and say, I stand with Sean Combs, you know, like, whoever. Future could come out tomorrow, I stand. Well, it's not going to change what's been said and what's going on. Yeah. So it's like, whether somebody say something or not, what does it change?
That's what 50 is basically saying, that Jay is like disassociated, just like, because I mean, we all black, dog, and you'll see these dudes take pictures together. These are the billionaire class of guys.
But we may be talking about a Rock Nation brunch from 6 years ago. We don't know if Diddy and Jay took a picture when the last time we seen them together. We seen off social media that's 10 years old and 20 years old. We don't know if they done kicked it in the last 5 years. They probably fell out, or we don't know.
Right.
We don't know. So for me,
and then some people don't stand by this kind of shit. Some in the street, like certain
for real.
Certain you can't stand by.
Bro, that shit, bro, environments we come up from, if is fucking with children,
you can't stand by
or doing
that.
some shit, get the fuck away from me.
Yeah.
Go, we finna beat your ass.
You can't stand by that. No
we
matter
don't play
what.
that shit. You know what I'm saying? So if I'm not gonna fuck with you on a personal level on the streets, why would I publicly voice I don't fuck with you if I don't?
Moreover, one of the most persistent allegations against Jay-Z is that he has engaged in misconduct with multiple women, often using his power and influence to keep these incidents hidden. Despite these allegations, Jay-Z has managed to maintain a relatively clean public image, suggesting that he may have used his power to silence victims and keep his actions out of the spotlight.
No names mentioned yet, but I'm going to expose somebody that we all forget about. Y'all see this picture of Jay-Z with Aaliyah when she was underage? Y'all forgot about Jay, huh? We only know about Damon Dash messing with Aaliyah and R. Kelly. But that ain't the only one that Jay had when she was underage. Y'all remember Fox Brown and Jay? The Nelly song with the Lake St. Louis ticks. But I'm just saying all that to say, Foxy was young then as well. And so, all of these guys and the underage young ladies was running rapid in the 90s. And so, that's all I remember. That's all I think about.
Another troubling allegation against Jay-Z is that he has been involved with underage women, promising them bright futures in exchange for their compliance. This type of behavior is particularly insidious because it preys on the hopes and dreams of young, impressionable individuals. That's it for today's video. Stay tuned until next time.